Hello, you guys. I think today is Wednesday. Y'all don't even know what day it is, but I believe today is Wednesday. I'm back to work, and over the weekend while I was gone, I had a lot of people reach out about the planter box with a shelf. Planter box with a shelf. They're not sure how it goes together. So that's what we're going to craft. Hello, everyone. I typically don't do daytime crafting, but today is that day. I have a broken tripod, number one. I'm sitting out here in the lobby, so it's probably super echoey. But I wanted to do this, go ahead and craft it, and y'all been working all morning. All morning. Hello, Brenda. What's up, Nancy? Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for, number one, first of all, thank you. It was the longest and shortest trip. It was, y'all, we did not get home till almost midnight last night. It was a lot. It was a lot. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back. So I don't know why, but I am super triggered by just going to Indiana. I don't like going there. I don't know why, but it's like I get anxiety just like crossing over the state line. It's so strange. And I get there and I'm like, let's go home. I just cannot wait to go home. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's something subliminally that is like creates that feeling and experience. But yeah, I don't like going there. I do not like going there. So I'm very glad to be home. Hello, everyone. You sent a message about Dollar Tree closing hundreds of stores. Pam, I'm not surprised. I am behind on my emails, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that right out the gate. I don't check my Facebook Messenger very often because it's filled with a lot of like spam. Y'all probably see it in your inbox as well. And pages get the same spam. Hello, beautiful. I would love to be your friend. Will you friend me on Facebook? No. I get a lot of those. Also, I just get random hi, and it's a foreign person. Don't know. So, I typically don't check my messenger, but we sure do, Pam. We get a lot of them junk messages. So, people, like I could have side conversations all day because I have all these thoughts. You could give me a topic and I could give you my opinion on it. But, I know that businesses make decisions. Like I've had to make big business decisions, to offer certain things and to not offer certain things, to do certain things that bring me joy and to not do certain things that do not bring me joy. And so I get it from like a corporate like perspective of like, but the thing is, I just could no longer continue to base my entire business model around, predominantly one other business that I did not have control over. So now you can imagine why people are, people get upset because some people just stop doing a lot of Dollar Tree crafting. Number one, we don't control them. So we don't get to, like, my local stores used to be really decent. And then I'm like, what happened? I don't know what happened. They, like, sometimes they would have, like, all these things. Sometimes they would not have all these things. And then, they bring in the whole like crafter section and then there's nothing there. Like I didn't understand that. And then one of my super all-time favorite stores in Richmond Hill, y'all, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. I've probably not been to that location in 2 years. Maybe that's probably not true. Maybe once in the past, maybe once or twice in the past 2 years. So I'm pretty sure I've made visits, like, because it's 45 minutes to drive there. I've made visits there and I'm like, what is this? What is this? So I just decided that I'm the owner of my own business and I'm going to do the things that I love and I'm going to try to serve my customers the best way that I possibly can. And so that's kind of how we ended up here. But yeah, look at Kmart. We've had this conversation a million times. Kmart who? Sears who? Like, who would have ever thought some of these businesses would no longer be around? But when you get into the corporate mindset and you get into the corporate politics and you get into the corporate spending and this whole mindset, like a lot of times these big businesses go down the toilet because of their improper business choices, and it gets them in trouble and they can't get out of it. So I try not to do those things. I try to be really smart and frugal, and that's why we're a small business. You know, we want to make, you know, corporate money. Who doesn't? But that's just not real. You know, it's just not real. But, oh my gosh. They tease you in all the same time. Yes, they do. They do. Oh my gosh. I'm at work, leaving work at 3:00. Well, hallelujah. Praise the Lord for Eugene. Okay. So, I'm sure that we'll get back to normal and our regular programming. Y'all. I was just telling my mother-in-law when we got back, I was like, I feel like what happened since February 17th? Like, what has happened and where is the month? Because I'm like, it's already March 13th. I just don't understand. Like, where is the time gone? But, you know, it's just been a whirlwind. So your local Dollar Tree is always a mess and rarely has anything. I know, right? The month of March is just going to be wild. No one signed up for that ride. Not a single person bought a ticket. Not a single person wants to go on that ride. In fact, people want a refund. But I get it. I get it. I still like the dollar stores. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm not saying I don't like them either. What I'm saying is, as a business person, it's not a fit for me. But don't think for one second that I've gone there. Most recently, I went to Pooler, which is around the corner for me. And I probably spent $100 on canvases, you know, because like they have really affordable canvas products. But when I was there, they had nothing else. So it's like a catch-22. It's like you can't win, you can't lose. And you just have to keep checking back and checking back. But no, I still love that. I still love to go and shop there and look around, but I just don't do it near as much. But yeah, I think that the dollar store is fantastic. I think it's a great, place to get, for example, we were in Indiana, and on Monday night, my sister April got to visit with her kids, and we went and got Bob's Troubadour, my absolute all-time favorite pizza. So we went and picked up our pizzas, and we were in the hotel lobby, and her kids were there. Their other mom was there, who is their adoptive mom, was there. We were all visiting. I was like, let us go get the food. So we went and got the pizza, and the first thing I did was Dollar Tree. Take me to Dollar Tree. We got our plates, we got our silverware, we got our cups, we got our napkins, all at the dollar store. So I think that the Dollar Tree is a great place for you to go shop, pick up things, especially if you're like just around the corner, you need things inexpensively. Plus, I did not want to have to go and walk through the entire Walmart. Let me just say that. I was not here for the whole entire Walmart. Yeah, so I'm very excited for April. It was, we spent, oh my gosh. I'm very thankful that we were able to also visit with them. My husband and myself, and we got to be a part of that, and it was super awesome to get to visit with them. And they left at like 11:30, but it was a school night, so they got to stay up a little later. They got to visit. She got to spend several hours with them. And then the 21st, we go up towards Atlanta because they're going to be passing through and staying overnight. So I have to pre-record. There's so much going on, y'all. The month of March is just insane. So number one, you can't say no to an opportunity, okay? So I told her I would drive her towards the Atlanta area to go and visit with them and see them before they go on their Florida adventure. So I'm going to go with her on Thursday. We're going to stay overnight, come back on Friday, the 22nd. So, y'all, it's hard to make choices. It's hard to make choices. It's hard to say no. And so I'm so glad that she's able to like reconnect with them. And I'm just really proud of her. So, but I am hopeful that April, the month of April, is going to be a whole lot better. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, so today I'm just going to go over this with you guys. I've had a lot of people y'all showed up for this one because it is super cute. It is the planter box with a shelf, okay? There is a lot of pieces. There's a lot of parts. There's a lot of these little guys. That's like, what do you do with all of these? And there's random like trim pieces. There's other parts. And there's no instructions. And that is probably one of the things that I hope that over the next few, maybe in the next year, one of the things that I will have the time to do is to create if I could film the assembly of when I have to photograph them all. That is the other thing, is because I have to use my phone to take pictures. I have to use my phone to do all these things. But then it's like setting up a station where I can record how they go together, even if I'm not painting them, but at least you would have an example of like how they're assembled. So that would be super helpful. I don't have that set up at this point. So right now it's just, hopefully people can figure it out with photos. And I know that that's not ideal, but so today I'm going to put together and paint this super cute, planter box with a shelf. Let me raise this up so it's level with the other stand and I can move you guys backwards. I think it's a great idea too. I think it's a fantastic idea. Okay, hopefully this will work. You guys can see what we're doing. All right, so let me go over all the pieces. Oh, you're fine. I was telling them how you got to visit with your kids and how exciting that was. It's so fun. All right, I'm going to sort all of these out. This is what I recommend that you do. So all of these pieces that look like this, and I did put the link to this in the description. All of them that look like so, just stack them together. All of these that have these little tabs on them like this, put those together. Just start grouping things together. You will have a square like this without tabs, and you're going to have a square like this with tabs. So you can go ahead and like set those together. You're going to have a frame that looks like this. Can kind of go by itself. You're going to have two pieces that look like so. These obviously are the sides. So those can go together. And then they're not random, they're specific sizes. So if you just kind of stand all of your pieces up, you can pick out the ones that are shorter and leave behind the ones that are taller. And that way you can group them. So you should have 4 that are all of this size. And then you should have 4 that are all this size. And so you can separate those as well. And then you will have these pieces that kind of look scallopy. And what I'm going to do is, because they're different, I'm just going to lay them out and you'll be able to see what is what. All right, so I'm pretty sure those two are the same. These are not the same, so these two are the same. Okay, so you should have 4 different sizes of these little scallopies, okay? And again, I'm just setting them all to the side. I've grouped them together. This is really cute. I'll have to go get a plant to show you guys how it goes together. Don't put a real plant in it, please. Please don't put a real plant in there. Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Catherine. Hello, everybody. I don't know how your weekend went or how your week is going, but mine is trying to play catch up. So I'm going to do this planter box. I want it to be kind of shabby, antique-y, vintagey, could be boho. It could go with anything. So I chose the color aloe. Yeah, I don't know why I'm on a green fix, but I really love this one, and I think it's really fun. I was going to go white, and then I was like, that's boring, so let's add some color. So I picked aloe. Hello, Debbie Owen. Thank you. Happy to see you, too. I picked aloe for my color, and then I also have some burnt umber. I have some white. And then I also forgot that I had this here. And so I went and got my little tin with these little, as you can see, I've not used them a whole lot. Does anyone else buy up all the things and then you have like this great intention to use it all? And then you're like, oh, where'd that thing go that I haven't used in forever? I've used a couple of these. Like I've used the rusty hinge. These are like ink stamps, but they're like Distress Oxide by Ranger, like Tim Holtz, I think. I don't know, but there's all these different ones. I have some big ones. This is ground espresso, black spot, and then there's all these little mini ones. And these are really great for like adding, distressing. And then you can also use these little tools here to like do all the things. Kathy's like, I do that. Hello, Inez. Crafting, supply, collecting, 2 different hobbies. Yes. Yes. So I do have this box that I went and was like, oh, I bet we could distress this planter with this stuff. So I'm going to try to do it in a really cool finish. Now, I have sponges. I do not have baking soda here. I really love adding the baking soda to my wet paint and not like mixing it in, but like sprinkling it on and like letting it dry because it creates a really cool texture. The other thing I was going to show you is, will tell you because I can't show you, is if you go look at the picture of how this kit goes together, there's a lot of blank spots that you can embellish. You can add beads, you can add metal parts. You can really make this look super cute. And so just thoughts for you to consider. All right, so I'm going to get my wax paper and we're going to start this. We are going to get started. All right, lots of decision making here, okay? So normally what happens in my mind is I will like brainstorm the final outcome. Like, what do I want the final look to be? Usually that helps me build on the foundation from the start. So if I want it to be more aged looking, I would usually stain all of the pieces brown, add on the paint next, do all the stuff. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to create the foundation and then I'm going to make it look like there's other stuff happening to it after we painted it. So I'm not going to stain this. I'm not going to do any of the things. Hello, hello, hello. You have way too much stuff. Me too. Me too. All right. These are the stands. Okay. Please remember, okay, these go here, that you have a little slot. Sometimes if you get too much paint in here or on this edge, it wants to fit super tight, and sometimes that's a good thing. But if you get too much paint, you can use something to clean out your little openings, or you can just push it through before it dries. I mean, there's so many ways you can troubleshoot that. All right, so I'm gonna get my plate and we're going to do the aloe. Aloe it is. Hello, everyone. So first of all, I'm so glad to be back home. We're gonna craft tonight. I know a lot of people are at work, but I wanted to go ahead and do this one today. I'm not really sure what I want to do tonight. I need to go through and see. Normally I will like go through my email and like pick the things that people ask about, but I haven't. I'm so far behind. I saw a lot of emails about this one. And so I was like, I probably should better go ahead and do that one. All right. I'm going to use a sponge. And I'm just going to group two together to make it kind of like a square. And I'm going to do it like that. And I'm not going to swipe. I'm going to bounce the whole thing. And typically it creates a really fun look. You know that color is so pretty. It's so pretty. Have I done the Crafty Crate yet? Teresa, I sent you an email. I sent you an email. You're working on Christmas. I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, we're going to be bringing back Christmas for Christmas in July. And we will probably do that probably in the next few, weeks. Maybe, I don't know. Normally we bring back Christmas in July around the end of May so that we can get orders processed, get them out the door so people can do like the whole Christmas in July thing. You're going to want to paint both sides of this, just so you know. So we're going to let that one set and we'll come back to that. I saw that there's a lot of people who are working on Christmas stuff. I had not thought about keeping Christmas all year. I hadn't thought about it until I've had a lot of people in our Etsy shop. I'm blown away at the number of people who still buy Christmas when it's not Christmas. So we have an Etsy shop. We are literally shipping fall and Christmas year round. Mind blown. Don't know why. Don't know. So I recently was talking to Michelle about that, about keeping Christmas and fall year round. And I was like, I don't know if we have the room for that. This is all the stuff that you bought in 2023. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. All right. We're going to let these dry. And we're going to keep our groupings together. Okay. I'm going to go to the next stack and the next stack, and we're going to paint all of these. Now, some of this stuff does not need to be painted on double-sided. Christmas year-round. Also, when I go to the Outer Banks, there's a Christmas shop there. I think it's called the Christmas Mouse. And it's literally Christmas year-round. All year. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. I love Christmas. If I could just do Christmas crafting all year, I probably would. Although I do love the summer. All right, so I'm going to keep those two together. I'm going to do these two. And I'm doing this all the same color. If you want to do like a two-tone, you can do a two-tone. Oh, your therapist lets you craft when you Zoom? And wants me to show her the bounce technique that we did on the shamrock. I'm like her. Yes. You're painting small wood Easter baskets. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, we were just, Michelle had her doctor's appointment today, and I'm like, is it going to be, are there going to be any holidays this year? You have one in Myrtle Beach. I feel like that's a thing. I don't know. It's kind of like the Christmas tree shop, but I feel like the Christmas tree shop doesn't really have Christmas. I think it's just the name of it. They have a lot of other things. All right, so those are done. Let me get these other two. Yo, there's a lot of painting on this one. A lot of painting. Let me set this aside. But I can already see how cute it's going to be. Hello, April Kittle. What's up, Patty? So, my husband was insistent that we drive all the way home. He did not want to stay in a hotel again. We are hoteled out. And we left. We got up early yesterday. And we were going to stop at McDonald's. Some of you guys may not know, but our McDonald's does not have bagels. So we're very upset about that. But April found out that McDonald's where we were staying had bagels. And so my dad texted me. He was like, are you up? What time are you leaving? I'm like, oh, we're going to go to McDonald's. We're going to get bagels and then we're going to get on the road. And he was like, do you want to go to Bob Evans? No. No one wants to go to Bob Evans. We ended up going to Bob Evans. Which that meant we got a super late start yesterday. We did not get on the road until like, gosh, it was like 10:30, something like that. Yeah, so we got a late start. And we had, we stopped and then got gas once. And then right after we got through Atlanta, we stopped in McDonough, Georgia. And we got Chick-fil-A, and then we drove straight home. He was not about that staying in a hotel. So, there's that. All right, I think this might be dry. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do a little light sanding on the back because this, you'll be able to see it, and so I don't want that to show. And I'm just going to set these over here on my table. And they're already mostly dry. But I don't want to get the sanding dust on them. Sandpaper, sandpaper. We don't have bagels here either. They're so good. The steak, egg, and cheese bagel is probably our favorite. Now, you don't have to sand the whole thing super, like, all the way down. Just go over it and get most of the, it's flashback. Just get most of that off. And then we're going to paint right over it. So you can kind of see it's not perfect. I have a hair. All right, I'll come back to that one. Let's sand this one. You don't have bagels in Los Angeles? Linda, I'm so glad. Yes. Christmas tree shop have closed or will be closing June all. What? Seriously? Yo, what is going on? Dollar Tree is closing random stores. Christmas tree shop's closing. So our closest Christmas tree shop is in Augusta. And so I would drive up there like we would make day trips to go there and like shop and, visit. Plus my friend Candace has a shop in Augusta. So it's really cool to go and like, see her. I haven't been there in a minute. But yeah, it was, that is absolutely crazy. I did not know that. Macy's is closing a bunch of stores. Joann's has stores closing. This is insane. I'm not closing. I'm not closing. I'm hearing through the crafting community that Home Goods bought Hobby Lobby. I would love to know, like, I would love to see that, because I just can't imagine. Home Goods generates enough revenue, and they're on a secondhand selling service that Home Goods sells enough or brings in enough revenue that they could possibly afford to buy Hobby Lobby. I don't know about that. It could be just a super rumor. I don't know. I would need to dig a little deeper on that one. Like, show me the contracts. Show me the contracts. All right, I'm painting the inside of this stand. Okay. You like my hair? Thank you. I need to wash it. It was super windy in Indiana, and so my hair got very windblown. And then we traveled all day yesterday, and I just was like, today I did not feel like washing it, so this is just what it looks like. I know that there was a hearing on TikTok today, but to my knowledge, they're not trying to necessarily ban TikTok. Now, again, I don't know all the details. I was just overhearing it whenever I was going through some of my emails this morning before I left the house, and was drinking my coffee, catching up with my kids, and my husband had it pulled up, like the news pulled up, and they were talking about like the TikTok stuff. And what they want is new ownership. They want new ownership, and they do not want them to be able to access certain information. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So these are all going to be painted on the outside of the faces of them. I've done both sides of the stand. Like I said, it's a lot of painting, and we'll do our edges as we get this assembled. Something about, ooh, you would like a store like Joann's and Michael's? I love Michael's. I think that some of their stuff is really expensive, but listen, people think that about, that's just how the world works. But I think some of their stuff is really expensive. They don't have near the sales like Hobby Lobby does, especially on like their florals. But let me tell you, Michael's has some of the most pretty florals, but they are stupid expensive. And so I like to go into Michael's when things, like when seasons transition, and I like to shop clearance. Oh my gosh, what am I making? I'm making the planter stand with a shelf because I had a lot of people that purchased this, a lot of them, and most all of them have emailed me and said, how does it even go together? And so I felt really bad, and I was like, I'm so sorry about that. I probably should do a video. And so I told them as soon as I got back, I would do that. And so I'm just honoring my word. And y'all can hang out. If you got this kit, follow along when we get to the assembly process, okay? Because it's not as hard as you would think it is, but I do want you to do it the right way. Okay, we're gonna do all the outside pieces as well. And you can bounce, you can swipe. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of both. But I'm looking for a little bit of texture from my sponge and my paint. But at Dollar General, the employees are walking out because they don't feel appreciated and not good pay. Did I send out the box? I did send out the boxes. I did send out the boxes. I can go and look and see where yours might be. But yes, I did. All right, this one's done. Shipping has been delayed. If you live on the West Coast, due to the fires that were happening, I don't even know if they're still happening, in Texas, I've seen a lot of our customers on the West Side, their packages are getting rerouted and they're not going through certain processing facilities. So for example, when we ship our boxes out, our packages, it doesn't matter what we ship, it doesn't matter where it's going. Every single one of our packages goes to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the sorting facility for our area. So if your package is going to South Carolina, it's not going to South Carolina, it's going to Florida, and then it's going to go to the next facility, which may not even, it may be in Alabama. I don't know how the post office works, but I do know that they have a process for sure. So I'm not really sure, but if you email me, we can see where it could possibly be. We can check on that. But I also sent out the tracking emails, so you might want to go and see your tracking email for that. Yeah, because those all, we ship out the Bob gifts whenever we get a chance. Because I usually will pull all of them. I get them labeled and addressed, and with everything that was happening with my grandma, I just got super far behind. We had to prioritize our customers that were paying. No offense. We had to prioritize a lot of those things. And then I had other things I had obligated myself to that I had to do as well. It's been an overwhelming few weeks, but I'm sure y'all understand that. All right, those are all painted. Y'all, this is going to be so super cute. All right, let's do our shelf. These are our shelf pieces. And I'm not doing, like, let me show you. My coverage is not perfect. I'm hoping that this will play into the outcome of what I'm trying to achieve as we paint these. So I'm not doing like major coverage. All right. These, you just need to do the top of them. Just bounce over those. I did bring my little spatula thingy in case I wanted to do something with that. It's like, I think this is going to be really cute. So fun. You got your order? Yeah, they come separate. They come separate because we have a whole order process. We have a whole process. The stuff that's on the shelf in there, did you get that stuff cut? The stuff that's waiting? I think she said she gave you a list. I don't know. Okay. And then did you happen to recut this one? Or put it?
Yeah, I put it on the fire.
Okay. Because I had her go get it out of the bin. Bye. All right. And then this also, you want to paint this one too. All right, let's go around. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this one. I'm gonna show you when we assemble it. All right, you don't have to do this, but you might want to do the underside. I don't think you'll need to, but you might want to paint the inside in case, you know, you want the inside to be finished. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the inside just because it'll feel more finished. But no one's gonna see it. No one's really gonna see it. And this is the color Aloe. Yeah, just go over it kind of random. All right, this one you don't need to do anything to. Move all this stuff out of the way. All right, scoot that over. Those two are together. I'm gonna get my groupings back together really quick. So those two. Those two, all of the sides, just keeping these together. The shelves, I got those together. This is the bottom, and then we have all of our little side pieces. I'm gonna put these on tape. Oh, you're glad I made it back. Your connection must be bad. It could be my connection too. Sometimes when I'm in this area, the connection is not that great, but hopefully you can follow along. So many new kits. Happy told you can't order anymore. You have too many. You gotta get busy. Have you painted the crafter kit? I have not. How was the weather? In Indiana, the weather was chilly and windy, and then it wasn't too bad as we got into like the daytime when like the sun was up, but it was just a little chilly. I'm just gonna stick these on some tape. The crafter kit I'll probably have to do like maybe next week or something. Y'all, that one's gonna be a very long one. There's so many pieces, there's so many parts. It's meant for it to be a variety of like however you want to assemble it. You can use all of the pieces, you can use some of the pieces. I tried to use every single piece, and then I just kind of pre-laid them out before I glued them together. In the photo, like the example. But I'll have to put that on my to-do list. All right. There is all of those. Okay. So we're going to assemble and then we're going to do our finish, okay? Now that we've got it all painted, we're gonna put this thing all together. Oh, I need to go get let me go get my glue. I forgot that. Hold on just 1 second. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. I had to go get my glue. Okay. All right, let me clean this little area a little bit. I don't need that. Okay, so I'm gonna do a lot of talking about assembly, okay? Important parts, okay? The important thing you want to remember is that all of these pieces have a slot opening, like a receiving opening, and then the piece that goes in that opening. And it goes in here. Whoa. Just, see how it got a little tight? It goes in there just like this. So when you get it assembled, you're gonna have to touch up these little areas because now that doesn't have that area painted. Also, you don't want to put glue necessarily in the opening. You want to put it in the sides here that are going to touch the surface. So when you glue it, those little areas are going to touch on each side, here and here. That way you don't have your glue seeping out the end. Okay, so just remember that. Because then if you add glue, you're kind of defeating the purpose. So just remember that when you put things together, that's how you want to do it. Also, you need to work quickly, especially if you're using stickfast. This stuff is amazing, absolutely amazing. So one of the number one things we're going to do is start with the bottom. Okay, we have the bottom part. I'm going to move my little pieces that are on tape right over here. These are going to go to the side. So we're going to start with the bottom portion, okay? Now, on one side, you're going to see little score lines. And that is where these pieces will cover, okay? So you're going to cover this whole section here, okay? For future kits, if you have an opening that's not covered by a piece, you just want to paint over that, okay? So I'm going to make sure that my scored pieces are on the outside. So this is the inside, this is the outside. So it's going to go like so. The scored areas are going to go on the outside. So lay your pieces down, kind of like so. Get your bottom shelf pieces, which is these. And you're going to start putting your glue onto those little pieces on the side right there. And you just really honestly need like a little bit. And now I'm going to stick this right here in the middle. Painted side is going to go up. So you can see scored outside, painted up, unpainted is down. Okay, we're going to do that to every one of our shelves. And these are all the same. It doesn't matter how you put them in. They're all the same. Put your little slot in there. Slide it in to there. Okay, next one. Let's do this way. And I'm telling you, a little dab does go a long way. Okay, so see how they're not quite perfect? They still have some flexibility. So now we've got all of our bottom pieces for our shelf. And now we're going to add glue to these little areas right here. Just a little. And now this is going to go fold over into this one. And you might want to like point it in a direction, that way you can get it all going the same way. And then just get them all into their little openings. Finagle them in there. It might take you just a little bit of a second. Oh, no. See what happens? Let your glue dry just a little bit. Go in. Don't glue your hair to it. There we go. Put these back in there. Get them all lined up. Here we go. And so let's let them sit for just a second. Okay, so now we have our bottom portion of our shelf and our sides. Now, even though it's gluing, it's like getting stuck together, we still have flexibility, so we don't have to worry about that. Just make sure that it's good and tight and that they're stuck together. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. just like so. Now you have these guys, okay? So all of these pieces go with this one, okay? And they're gonna glue higher up. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to assemble it, but you're gonna wanna get it going. And your wider pieces go on your ends. Oh. See, this is why you want to pre-assemble it before you put glue. Because you're gonna see how it sits flush like this. Okay, and see how it's gonna be higher up and you have that little opening because this slides over the top of this. Well, it slides over the top like this. Mine's not glued, but you get the idea. So make sure that when you pre-assemble, you are fully aware of how it goes together. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, again, you can paint the insides of these if you want to. I'm gonna add that glue right along there. Make sure, Amber. Make sure. Okay. So I glued, and then I put on one side, not glued. I'm gonna take this one off. I'm gonna add the glue along here, and like just a dab right there. And then this one is gonna go on next. Okay. So now we have this so far. Now this is obviously flush. I'll show you. So the next piece is gonna sit on top of this and it's gonna put it all together, okay? We're gonna do this side first. So this one goes on next, and then this piece goes on top. So add you a little bit of glue. Just a little bit of glue. Make sure you have the painted side pointing outward. Put your little piece in and then position it on there. Okay. So now your box is starting to look like so. And now we have a completely flush piece that creates our little box. And it's gonna go over the bottom just like this. Sorry, I know you have comments, but I'm trying to also assemble this and explain at the same time. So, I did not glue the tab. I glued the surfaces around the tabs. Now this will go on just like so. Now we're just gonna make sure that this gets good and stuck. And like I was explaining, your little tabs might need painted, okay? We're gonna do that at the end. Everything is good and stuck. So now our bottom, okay. Where are my rings? My hands are too swollen. My hands are so swollen. Hang on, y'all. Hold, please. I think it goes this way. There we go. I was like, I know it goes on there. Y'all, my hands are so swollen. I told my husband, I was like, I feel like I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I can't blame everything on menopause, but yeah, I got my, like, you can even see, look at my, like, I have a whole indentation on my hand. This one, do you see where it's completely grooved out? They were so, I could barely get them off. All right, so we've got our little stand happening just like this. Okay. Now, this piece glues on the top like that. We're gonna do that last. This one, okay, this one, if you want to glue into the bottom or into the top to make it a little more stable, you can do that. You don't have to do anything with this. It just goes around this one, okay? So it's optional if you want to put it in there. It's completely up to you. So now that we've got, let me put this back on again. There we go. All right, so it should slide on just like so. Don't glue it. Don't glue it yet. Don't glue it in place. Don't do anything with it yet. Okay, so around the bottom, remember where those little score lines are, okay? The longer pieces glue onto that area. They go right on the bottom. So one on each side. So those two glue to the bottom, okay? They're the same, just glue them right there. And I'm just gonna add me a little bit of glue. And I'm gonna put this on. And you just wanna make it kind of flush with that little opening. And I'll show you in just a second when I get this stuck on here. So you want to glue it flush with the inside here and get it glued flush here. And then we're gonna put the other one on this side. So now this is attached to the bottom. So those longer pieces, you're gonna know because the other ones don't fit. You only have like one option. You can't get it wrong, I promise. I promise you. All right, let's do the other side. Okay. And this one, this would be so cute for like a bathroom, on your desk, in your kitchen, on an island. It's just so fun. It would make a really great gift idea for Christmas. Now this is super cute to make as a gift for someone. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so both of our ends have the trim pieces. Y'all, my battery is gonna die. Okay, let's move quickly, Amber. Move quickly. All right, let's do, so now we have our little pieces here, these little trim pieces. Now, these, hold on. Okay, these go, let me lay this down because I just want to make sure. This one goes here, and then the longer piece goes on. Yes, okay. So on two ends, you get a shorter piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue the shorter across that little scored area there. Hang on. No, I cannot see. There we go. I can see a little. Hello, Pamela. Okay, you can take your bottom off now. We'll put that back on. This way you can work with a more solid surface. Flip it over. And we're gonna do this one. So this one is a short one. And it goes here. Okay, so you can see short, short, longer, longer, okay? Short, short, longer, longer. Now, flip it over and get your longer. And it goes right over the top of the edges and to the ends, okay? So glue this right here, just like so. Just gonna hold it. You're having a heck of a time putting your church window shelf together. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do that one, I'll do that one Friday. All right, so now you can see how this goes around, just like so. And now you have this piece right here. The other long piece goes across this one. Okay, so I've got them separated. So I've got my long, and then I've got my short. Do use some glue. Just like that. Okay, now, optional. Around the top, oh, shorts, sorry. Around the top side, you can go around the top. You can't really go around the bottom unless you switch. Or, I'm sorry, you go around, it goes around the top. It doesn't go around the bottom. So glue it on to this is long. Here we go, short. Okay, so around the top, add your little piece there and get it lined up. Okay, so you see what we're doing? All right, so short, 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 short. Okay, I gotta keep track of these. Short, short, let's go across the top here. And then long, long. Okay. Now across this, do your long pieces. Watch gluing yourself like me. Okay, this side gets the long piece. And then this glues on the top of the opening. Okay. Now these pieces right here. Okay. So you're going to follow the long and long. Okay, so long. So this goes along the bottom. This one goes right in like so. Glue it in there. Okay, just like that. Long. This one goes right in there like that. You might want to glue your shorts and then your longs. All right, so now we have this that looks kind of like so, okay? Then, do I have too many pieces? No way. No way. No way. There's no way. I don't think there's too many pieces. Oh, duh. So sorry. I'm like, there's not too many pieces. Okay, so now that you've got your top done, put your top on. Okay. Figure out which way it fits. There we go. So now that you've got your top on and you've got all the pieces glued on, everything fits nice and slides right on there. These pieces, once you get it, like the top, get the bottom, get it going, because you're going to glue this on. This is going to create, it's going to go across here, and then these are not going to want to move near as much, okay? So glue these little bottom pieces on kind of last. And they're going to glue right on the ends across here. So just add you a little glue here and here. I was like, there is not too many pieces. And it's really going to tie in that bottom section. And then you can glue on your top if you want to. So now you've got your bottom, and it goes all the way around, and now you've got your other side. Glue this one onto there. And it starts to put everything kind of together. Because now everything's kind of glued to each other. Okay, so now you've got your, all of your bottom glued on. Looks good to me. I have glue on my fingers. And now up top, around this top portion here, you're gonna glue your like upper frame. And I'm just gonna add glue right along here. And then you just kind of set it on top. Rotate it to the proper direction. Just try to get it straight. And so your box will look like this once you assemble it. Now, this top piece may not go all the way around perfectly. It's meant to feel imperfect, but it's, you know, you can do your own little thing with it. All right. So now that I have it assembled, so cute, right? You could put in that bottom in there if you want to and give it a more like, y'all, it's not going anywhere. I'm like wiggling it. And this is still not glued on. It still comes off, okay? So let's do really quick. I have 16% battery. I think we can do it. Now that everything has been glued together, all of our pieces, I'm just gonna take a wipe and make sure that my glue is not wet. I'm just gonna go around really quick. Make sure everything is good, because we're gonna go and touch up all those little areas where everything's exposed, where it's not quite a solid color. All of our edges, you can see they're not clean. They don't look very good. And just make sure we can add our paint without messing up our brush. And this is our little planter box with a shelf. I think everything's good. Looks good to me. So cute, right? All right, I'm gonna get me a brush. That's why I use my sponge for most of this. I'm gonna get me a brush. I have this one right here. It's got like a little pointy tip. And I'm gonna use my green paint. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add a little bit more green paint for this. Is there a because I don't like to do the edges personally. I don't like, it's just a preference. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules. If you want to do your edges, you can. A lot of times I don't do my edges because when I get to the end and I go to start gluing things together, sometimes my edges, I add paint where I don't need paint, and then sometimes my slots don't fit properly. So that's why sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I will if I know that certain pieces aren't going to get glued together. I will do the edges. And then plus I think you get to have a little bit more fun towards the end of like aging it the way that you want to and making it look a little bit like, see how I didn't quite cover that all the way? But then I don't have to sand all my edges if they don't fit properly. And that has happened. And so I just typically will do them at the end or sometimes not at all. But there's no rules. You can do them whenever you want to. I want this to look a little more aged. So I'm not gonna do a perfect covering on my edges. So I've kind of left it a little bit more exposed. I think everything when it comes to crafting is a matter of preference. Sometimes I just like to wait till the end. Sometimes I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and do that now. But then there's sometimes where you need to wait. But I've learned that with some of the way that things go together, that it's just better to wait till the end to do the edges, because you really don't know if you're gonna end up having to sand that down and if it's not gonna fit. What's up, Patty? Girl, we were just in Indiana for my grandma's funeral and I thought about you and I was like, oh gosh, but we were not there for very long at all. We're not there. Like, we were there long enough to like get there, my sister see her kids, go to the service, and then we left. Then we left. It was very in and out. But I so would have loved to have seen you. All right, get your little ends. Do as much or as little as you want to. So cute. See how it's not perfect, but it just makes sense. Get your little ends. Dab those. This is where I was saying the baking soda would have been so fun to do on this. I don't have any here. I thought about spackle paint too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, her service was Monday. No, Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Monday? It was Monday. I don't even know what day it is. So weird. Like, this is going to be covered, so you don't have to worry about painting it. But we did go ahead and do that, so that's okay. All right. Looks good to me. All right, the bottom is done. All the seams are done. I'm not gonna do the seams of the shelf because I want it to seem like, I want there to be a little bit of depth there. But what I am gonna do is the inside of this piece here. You can see it. It is exposed. And so I'm going to just add a little paint right in there. And then I'm gonna do it on the other side. And this is the color Aloe. I mean, look how cute that is. All right, so that's done. I'm gonna add the color on our edges to the top portion. And like I said, you don't have to put this in there if you don't want to. It's a matter of preference. Hello! The extra pieces really reinforce the shelves. It does. Yes, Candace, you are absolutely right. It really does. And that's why there's definitely a way to assemble it. And it feels more secure. This would be so cool with antique wax, with a chippy look. And I'm just gonna go around the whole thing. And I'm gonna sand it when we're done. I kind of like the afterwards details. And I got some white because I thought maybe I would add some little bits of white aging what's it called? It's like a salty kind of look. You know, when you add water sometimes to stuff, it gets that white calcium buildup. I was thinking about that. Get up underneath all the things. So, like I said, this one is definitely one of those that I do not recommend that you put a real plant in. Please don't. Please don't put a real plant in there. I can't, you know, if you end up putting a plant in there, that's on you. Just don't put a plant. Don't water it. Don't do it. All right. I'm not going to paint the inside. Just going to do the inner lip of this top portion. No one's going to notice. But if you want to, you can always paint the inside. Okay. All right, so my box is pretty painted. I'm gonna add a little brown to my green paint right over here. Oh, well, maybe not. It's not open. There we go. I had to buy some new brown because I was running out. Oh, it's burnt umber. All right, I'm just gonna add a little brown to the green. And it's gonna give me a little bit of a different, see how it's a different shade? And I'm just gonna go along those same little areas and I'm just gonna dab some color onto them. No rhyme or reason. Just add some, just adding some random spots. In fact, it doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna go in between the two shelves. And this is where I was telling y'all about the layers after, like the after the fact. Just gonna create some depth. All right, while it's wet, I'm gonna take my sandpaper, just go over it. Not gonna wait for it to dry. If it does dry, it'll be okay. Anywhere I just added that little paint. Just where you get to weather it. If you don't like weathering, please don't weather it. Don't do it, don't do it. It's not required, it's optional. I like all these little details. All right, let's come up here to this one. And we're gonna basically do kind of the same thing around with that brown green mix. And it's just gonna create dimension. I'm gonna go around the bottom. Just go around. Go around this upper. And you see I'm being super sloppy. Because I like that desired look. Almost has like a, just a really fun look. Same thing while it's wet. Just gonna sand it in. Obviously, as I painted, it dries, so that's okay too. Okay, so we're just creating a dingy, let's go this way. Like we're just trying to make it look worn, like it's not perfect. Okay, so I added a little brown to my green, mixed it. Okay, next we're gonna take some of this. Which one do I want to use? Let's do, you could use wax. I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. I'm going to test it on this. So test it on this one just to see what kind of look you get with just adding these little stampy things. But then you can also scoop you up just some of this, just a little, and you can rub it. Like, see how you can rub it? You really can't do that very much with this because it's so pigmented. So you kind of have to use one of these little doodads. So I'm like, ooh, what do I want to use? I think I might use a mix of the ground espresso and the gathered twigs. We'll see. All right. I'm going to take these two here. Okay. And I'm going to take my little box. I'm going to get me a chip brush. This one's been used. I'm going to put me some white paint on my wax paper. And I'm going to kind of create a dry brush with my white. And I'm just going to go over it. Just not necessarily that calcium collection like I was hoping for, but because I didn't do as much of the, I should have done some of that baking soda, but I didn't have it with me. So I'm just going to go over this with just a little of that white. And then we're gonna come in with these. And again, my way of doing it may not be your way of doing it, but it's just a matter of preference of like what you like, what you don't like. Certainly do not do something that you do not like. But this is just a fun way that you can add some character to it. Give it some aging. Make it feel a little grimy. I like grimy. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom. And I have that white here on the wax paper, so it's not overloaded in my brush. It kind of looks like that. And then I'm just going to go across just like so. Run across the bottom, and it's layering right over that other thing that I had just done. Do your little feet. Just like so. And then you could do the inside, do this edge. A little bit more. See, I got a little too much. That's okay. It's character. Okay, on the inside, you can go right up the middle. Let me set this down just a little bit. Now I'm just going to go right inside the inner part of my shelf. No real expectation. Along here, this other side, and just dry brushing. I mean, it looks cute. All right, now that we've got our top of our box done, we've got a bottom of our box done, I kind of did the reverse of like the aging process. So I didn't stain it brown. I didn't do any of the things. I did the green, and then we're adding on the other things afterwards. All right, so let's take, keep onto this if you want to. We're gonna take this one, which one is this? Gathered Twigs is this one. I'm gonna take the ground coffee, and I'm just gonna go along these little edges with this pad. Then you can take your little swirly tool and you can just swirl out whatever you just did. And of course, you will need to do whatever sections you want to do. You can also tap into your thing, pick you up some, go across, add it, and rub it out. And you just get little details of like weathering. That's what it is. It's like a distress pad. You can mix them. Obviously, what I had done with that green and the brown really helped to create a fun look. All right, let's do this end. See how I did on the end. Because it might get a little bit more, because it's open. I feel like it needed a little extra. Okay. So I did them like that on the ends, so they're a little bit different distressing. And then right through here, I'm just gonna kind of bounce like a stamp and get a little bit and then go over it. And then in the inside, just taking the edge, you can see really random. And I'm just gonna rub it out. It looks used a lot. Okay. Now, if you ever get too much, you can go in with your sandpaper and you can rub out some of those spots that might feel like it's a little much and just tone them down. You can always take away. You won't get this, you won't get back to the original before, but you can, take away some of the distressing. All right, so I love the bottom. I'm okay with that. This is our top. I'll get it right the first time, one time. So our bottom is looking like so, and then we've got our top happening the way that it's looking. Now for this, I'm gonna add this while it's assembled, because I just want to see where it's gonna go and how it's gonna look compared to the bottom. And I'm doing the edges. I'm gonna do the top portion here. I'm gonna go around the corners. And really give it a fun look. 7%. My battery is gonna die, you guys. You know, it is what it is. It happens. I'm like, what is going on? I had 40% battery. And then I didn't. But I'll be back on later after we eat dinner and we'll craft something together. But at least you guys have this one. I mean, how fun is this? How absolutely fun. I think I might add a little bit more to, what was my brush? Like right here where it's a little bit more, like where dust might collect. So you could do this also with just antique wax. Just little details. See how I got crooked? Just take you some sandpaper. Just go in and make it work. Do this one. And you can add more or less. You can white wax it. That would be really fun. Okay, I'm gonna turn this upside down. I'm gonna do the underside. Like right here. Told you I was going to be grimy. I love it. Okay, I absolutely adore this. Now now that you're done, if you're like, ooh, that's a little too grimy for me, you can take your brush with your white and you can go over it. Add some of that white back to it, brighten it up a little bit, and just go around and do a little bit more. And I didn't add really any more paint. I mean, a little bit, but not too much. But y'all, this is how it turned out. It's so cute, right? And you could add beads to this. You could add metal parts. You could use scrapbook paper. That's what I was gonna say, is like these little areas you can add trim. You can put a label on here. This is for little things to kind of go in here. Don't put a candle that burns. Please don't do that. But like little tea lights, you can put like little trinkets of stuff. You can put a greenery like moss. You could do stuff that kind of drapes out. You could do all kinds of things in there. A glass bowl with the beads inside. It's really a lot of fun. So let's go see really quick before my phone dies. Let's go see. I'm also super hot sitting in front of that window. It's so cute. Let me show you. I gotta show you this little area. Y'all, my station is a mess. Look at this. Look at this. This is where I take pictures and where I roll into. These are the carts that we pull all of the pieces off of the machines and they get sorted and then we roll these out. But y'all, this is incoming. This is stuff that's incoming that I still have to like photograph, test fit. This is the way I left it before I left. This is where all of my stuff goes when I get it assembled. Like these are all of our bases that I have to change the little pieces into. These are finished stuff that I have to take home. This is all the other stuff in the organization. We just reset all of this. So when we put our kits together, sometimes the painted ones get put back on here if I'm not using them at home. But all of these, then the new that doesn't have a label, like these will get a label, like a barcode. When I get them assembled and together and they don't have a label yet, they go on this one. And then this one we'll usually put our stuff on for like our live sale. That shelf is going out of here. But Michelle did this while I was gone. All of the, like these are all Valentines. And so we have a room in the back that all these totes, where all these put together examples go. So here's the blank, see that one? And then here's the one I think that she was talking about, the window shelf. Yeah, and it's got a barcode on it. So these are like our examples. Those are all Easter. This is like patriotic in summer. So anyways, that's the process. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. This is what Avery did. She took a picture of her little bunny right here and Michelle sent it to me. It was so cute. So for example, this little bird can go like in our little planter stand. And I'm going to stick this and move all of this stuff away. So if I wanted to display that and I wanted to put this little one in there, I could put me this little one. I could also put me this bigger one inside if I wanted to. And then you could layer it with other things. So obviously I don't have this in a setting that makes sense, but I'm gonna get down here so you guys can see. This is an IKEA plant that I just kind of stuck in there. And then this one is this one that I kind of put in there. You could put flowers, you can put foam and do that in there. And then this is how it looks when you spin it around. See how it's got that little shelf in there? And then you can take this out and like, see, I have this elephant. It's kind of got a really cool boho pattern. Let me put this in here. So I can put the little elephant in there and display it if I wanted to. So cute. I can put a candle, like this little candle from the dollar store that we put a napkin on. And so you have a little shelf, and then you can change out your plant if you wanted to. And like I said, you can add so many different finishes to this. It's just a lot of fun. It's so cute. And then you don't have to put anything in it. You can just let it be open. You can corner it. It's cute. It's really cute. So anyways, let me get myself up off the floor. I have 5% battery left. Oh my gosh. But like, look at these. Like, these are the little birdhouses that we did. Let me show you. Let me show you. I have so much going on over here. Like, we have these little birdhouses. And they're not the same color. These were painted laurel. And then I sanded them down. And then I was like, oh God, the color completely changed. But how cute are those? So fun. We did these a while. I mean, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how long ago we did those. Put our little bird back in there. So much fun. Oh, I have so many things. Look at how cute. You could just pair it with so many things and layer it. So anyways, we did the planter box with a shelf. And it turned out so stinking cute. I'll have to take pictures. Rita, I haven't seen you either. Right? So April, are you in here?
I mean, I'm always in here.
She's like, I'm always in here. So before my battery dies.
Oh, your battery gonna die.
My battery is gonna die. She's in here in the packing room.
Yes, I am.
She's done this so far. So we had to pull all the orders. Oh my gosh. Whose is that one?
This is
Sally Canada? Which number is that? Yes. 24859.
These two here are the oldest ones.
Yeah, the March 1st. So she's getting her order packed.
Yes,
these are going to all go out tomorrow, y'all. We were gone. Oh my gosh. Everyone's saying hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Ooh, what did Sally get?
She got the...
Except when she's in her room, Christine. Christine knows.
Wow, Christine. Trying to call me out like that. Okay, so this is the window shelf stand tiered riser.
Yes.
I just call it the...
She hates the
window riser.
She hates the labels that I give, so she's like, why you gotta do that?
I just...
Oh, she got a planter box too.
Yes, she did. Here's her planter box.
We just did that one. Okay.
And then she got the 4 tiles. 4 tile signs.
Jean Jennings, I will have to look up your number. We pack orders in the order they're filled. Or the order they're placed. But sometimes, let me show you what happens. I have 4%. We can do this. Sometimes in this room... This is the room. So if you guys don't remember, when we moved in here, this room was super empty. These are our shelves for our bins. So when we get inventory or we overpull, we're in between stuff. We put the bins in there on the shelves. So we just recently cleared out a lot of this stuff. So see how there's empty shelves? We just recently added new shelving so that we can expand our inventory to what we keep in the shop. Like this is partial fall ornaments, Christmas, winter. So we have an idea of like what we can put in here. And so we turned all of this inventory off, even though we have some inventory. Like that's what I was saying about Christmas stuff. If you message me and I'm like, hey, do we have that? I can come and see. But what we're trying to do is get more, see how much more we can fit into this room before we can't fit this room. And we have to move and possibly use the other room. So yeah, so my husband just went and got brand new shelves. Y'all, we've been buying shelves like crazy. Like as soon as we need them, we go get them. So, like we can put another shelf here. So this is spring and Easter. This is what's left of St. Patrick's Day. So if you want St. Patrick's, it's on clearance. You better go get it because that's all we have left. This is what's left of Valentine's. I have to count the rest of this. And then this will get moved off of the shelf. This is what we're already doing for summer. So we've already started cutting summer and patriotic. So patriotic and summer. So in between refilling our current seasons, we're cutting ahead to the next season. So now if you can imagine, we have summer, but now we only have one shelf of fall. Normally we have this whole row is fall. Normally, this whole row and that back row is Christmas and winter. So we can't really fit all of the seasons in here, but we're trying to figure out a way to use these shelves on wheels because we can move them, we can rearrange them. And so this is kind of the best option that we came up with is grouping them in groups of 2. And then that one is on the back wall. Then we have an opening that you can walk in between. And we were in the middle of doing all of this when my grandma fell. So everything has been kind of put on hold and we're still trying to work through all the stuff. This is all of our 5-inch rounds. Those are our 9-inch rounds. These are, see how these don't even have like their little tag yet? These are new. So these just came in. And so we have to find where's all the stuff going to go. It's just crazy. So this room is going to end up getting filled right back up again. So when we go to those bins and we look in them, we've cut them, but then something is missing. So like this one is missing a large church. This one is missing the cross with lilies. That's an Etsy order. This one is missing the home, sweet home house. This one is missing the lock in the frame backer and standing hearts. So we know that our inventory count was off on our large church because clearly we have 2 right here. The 15-inch Lucky Rainbow said we had it. I swear it was in there, but it's not in there. Y'all, stuff just up and grows legs and walks out the door. So then this is what happens when we pull your order and something's missing. Now we have to cut it. So, and then we write the date on there so we can see, okay, this needs to be addressed immediately. So while we were gone, Dylan was here. He didn't pull the orders. He just cuts our inventory. So he's cutting, filling, cutting, filling. So then April brings it right over here to her little station.
Yeah.
And this one is Sally Morrow. And she does all the things.
Yeah. To hopefully prevent it from breaking.
So she opens
the bag. Which I do a pretty good job of.
She puts all the pieces together. And she tries to maneuver them.
It's not laying flat, something underneath it. Yeah.
And then she's going to put that in a box.
Yes, she is. And it will arrive to you, not broken. Not perfect.
Will we go right now and visit? No, we will not go and visit your website because we don't do that. Because typically what happens is people who come at sporadic times and drop comments like that are clickbait. They want you to click on it. It looks so appealing and welcoming, and they're preying on people or like, click on the link, click on the link. Listen, we understand that you want to preach the word of God to people. We really do. But come on now.
But people that want to preach the word of God don't go on other people's lives and...
Peacewithgod.com.
I mean, that just doesn't seem like... Why would some godly people go to people's business pages and be like, read this person's
like,
page?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either.
Don't understand. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's...
I've been blocking so many people. Ever since the little blackout of Facebook, the trolls have been super hot and heavy with their, like, y'all have probably seen a lot of replies to your comments. We've been trying to block and ban them. I can see people who are watching, like, right now, and I see them. They don't belong. And it's mostly people who have no profile picture, and it's kind of like the Purple Suit Man.
Purple Suit Man?
You don't remember the Purple Suit Man?
No. What's the Purple Suit Man?
Oh my gosh. He had all the answers to, like, saving people's marriages.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, you saw their live? Yes, they did so good yesterday. Yeah, if you don't remember the Purple Suit Man, some of y'all do. Some of y'all don't. We have a couple of people who were like super trolls that we just, like, we had the best time. We had the best time. What's happening here?
I'm packing this order.
Yeah, she's getting purple
Would you
paper.
believe that? Yes.
Purple paper for spring.
I ran out of pink paper.
Oh.
And I made a decision.
You made a decision, an executive decision.
Right.
Oh, I need to start a new website, packwithapril.com.
Some people might be interested to see how
Do you know how many people
process?
I see so many TikToks or like Facebook Reels. It's like, pack an order with me.
Yeah, they do.
And people are just nosy. They like to see the process. So see, she even pokes a hole.
Yeah, well, because
It relieves the air.
Yeah, because I had to unpack an order, and the bag had air in it. And from the pressure of everything settling, the bag popped, and the pieces came out of the bag into the box.
Oh, yeah.
So now I just take this little thing and pop a small hole.
That's smart. There's stickers. You saw our cards came, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm using. I put them all on the shelf, which that shelf's probably sagging over there because of all the heavy stuff.
Super full.
Yeah. I mean, there's all those buttons are so heavy.
Your packing slip goes in.
And so now there's not 3 cards. There's just
Yeah.
front.
I had this one double-sided, so we didn't waste paper.
And so,
Although there's a lot of shreds.
we have tiny stickers at the moment. But they're so cute.
So I need to probably order more stickers.
I mean, I just give them more of them because they're so cute.
Oh, those are
I mean,
adorable.
how cute are they?
Those are precious.
Right? But I still have to screen them.
Oh, yeah, for inappropriate.
But I haven't found any inappropriate ones out of this batch yet, so.
So this is 25/110.
Yes, they'll be there.
Get a sticker.
And
A little thank you.
And then a thank you over here.
And then another thank you.
I have to wait till the thing gets smaller so I can put it up there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And there it is. And then Zach will label them.
Yeah.
So she's done a pretty good job today. She's done a pretty good job. 24,974, 25.25, 25.97, 25.12, 24,859, 25.96, 105, 90, 10, 185, 93, 86. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Which she got a late start because all the orders, normally there's orders pulled for the next day so she can start packing right away, but we were gone. So
I had to label all the kits with the barcodes, take them in there,
yeah,
put it away, then pull all the orders. So
right.
I did get a late start, but
okay. So, hello, Amanda. Okay, let me show you. I have 1%. Let me show you. Somebody asked about the little round thing before my phone dies. If I miss it, I will comment it. It's one of these, and it's a Velcro thing. I'll have to find the link for it, but this is what it is. It looks like a little stamp, but it's got like a felt on it. It's really fun. So thanks you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you for crafting along.
Oh, are you done? Battery thing.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm done. We're going to finish up a few things. Machines are done. I'm not staying super late because I want to actually get home in a decent hour today. And then I'll be on live later. Y'all enjoy your afternoon. And I will see you guys next time.